Alright.
Sorry.
You good? Ready?
Yeah.
Alright. I forgot what I was gonna say. Alright. Hello, my name's Omar Hagan. Welcome to Miyuki Bonsai. I'm a bonsai artist here in Augusta, Georgia. I specialize in junipers, itoigawas, shimpakus, kishus, maple trees. I've been doing bonsai for about 10 years. I got introduced through martial arts, Kung Fu. And then I started reading, studying, picking up videos on YouTube. I started getting interested in business-wise right around when COVID started, and figured it might have been a good time since we was everybody stuck at home. Ever since then, I've taken off with it. Yeah, I left my 9-to-5 job because of my passion for bonsai. So this is my passion. I love doing it. Knowing that a full-size tree growing in the ground, you know, can be hundreds of years old, and to see a tree in a pot that was 100 years old was amazing to me. It hasn't been easy learning it, or building it, or trying to create any of this stuff. This is the journey of building a bonsai nursery here in your backyard. Customers, you know, little by little, we're just trying to make a living, and you know, a struggle is a beautiful thing. This is Miyuki Bonsai. This is my little garden. It's where my customers come. They come sit down, hang out, relax. They look around for trees that they want to purchase or pots. It's private, so everybody usually makes appointments to come and visit. So it's just a relaxing neighborhood nursery. We got maple trees, Nakamoto, weeping maple, trident maples, Kiyohime Yatsubusa, rough bark, or what they call a pine bark maple. So this is Nishikigawa, the red lion's head maple. So it has a family member, the Shishigashira, which is the lion's head maple. And this is the red lion's head maple. One of my favorite cultivars, for sure. This is a rare Japanese maple. I have antique pots I've been collecting. Some of them are Chinese and some of them are Japanese. These pots are very old. This pot right here is from a monastery here in Georgia that closed up to become a rehabilitation center. It's got a nice patina. This pot is probably over 100 years old. The maker's mark is so worn out, you can't even see it no more. But it is a Chinese Yingling pot. Pottery and bonsai go together hand in hand. This is another old pot. The maker's mark is so worn out. A nice patina on the glaze. So glazed pots are usually for deciduous trees, and non-glazed pots, like Tokonami from Japan, would be for evergreens and junipers. They breathe better. Junipers like to dry out a little bit. They're native to arid climates, whereas deciduous trees like maples and elms like a little bit more moisture. The glaze helps the pot retain more moisture. You can pick up material like this at Home Depot, and you know, most of the time with those commercial stores like Home Depot and Lowe's, the trees are being neglected and really do need attention and care, like ASAP. Walking in the neighborhood, just around the corner, somebody has a European hornbeam in their yard, and it drops seedlings. There's a nice tapered trunk European hornbeam growing right at the curb. I even knocked on their door to see if I could get the tree out their yard. I do it all the time. So like, I offer to do landscaping for free to get material out of yards and stuff like that. Collecting material like that, purchasing offline, going to nurseries. I travel a lot, so most of the nurseries in the southeast I've been to and purchased from them. I plan to work my way up north and out west and start catching other nurseries. It's definitely growing in America fast. This tree was collected from the wild. I collected this tree, and I thought it was going to be impossible at first, but I did the collection by myself, is why I thought it was going to be impossible. Digging it up, trimming the roots, the bare roots, and burlapping them and loading it up and bringing it back here. It sat for a whole year in a kiddie pool while the roots strengthened and the tree strengthened, and then I planted it, and it took, and now it's nice and healthy and nice and green. it can be difficult to find inspiration and get like ideas and stuff. And there's so much out there. As an artist, you don't want to recreate somebody else's work. You want to make something authentic of your own. So I try to bring my feelings into it and how I was raised. I think I'm going to name it the Impaled because it looks like it's been impaled. See that? So growing up my life was tough as a child. I find a lot of inspiration in those dark times. So when developing a tree, I look for those feelings. It could be anger or sadness or joy. I got chunked into foster care and just thrown into the system, thrown to the wolves, dragged all over the country. Living from Pennsylvania to Las Vegas and out here, I've witnessed a lot of different sceneries and landscapes. So I get a lot of inspiration from those trees that I've seen growing up. The massive oak trees up north and sycamore trees down here, the giant pines. Out west, you got the giant Joshua trees, huge junipers, California junipers, the Sierra Nevada junipers. Seeing those trees as I was growing up brings a lot of inspiration into my work and helps me bring those feelings forth when I'm trying to design and create something. I like to give my own flavor to everything. I grew up in martial arts, so I love, I'm one to fight or love to fight if I have to fight, but wouldn't you rather be peaceful? Wouldn't anybody rather be peaceful? I mean, being aggressive takes so much more energy. The aspect of martial arts and training and meditation, they coincide with bonsai, so that was another thing that led me into Penjing and bonsai, working with potted material and stuff like that. Definitely came from martial arts. I might not touch a tree for days, and I might just stare at a tree and just rotate it back and forth for hours at a time and think about what does this tree make me feel, or how does it make me feel, and what I could possibly do with it without doing too much. So in bonsai, you want to recreate nature. It needs to look natural. You don't want to make it look too man-made. Like, I collected these out of the Blue Ridge Mountains. They just remind me of something that just comes out of just bigger. It just reminds me of a bigger mountain somewhere else in China. And when I found this one, the first thing that came to mind was a baboon. So I don't know if you can see it, but I see a baboon. This rock was found like this, the flat base, Suseki stone, scholar stone, and it just reminds me of a baboon's face. And I grabbed it right away. One thing's for sure is these trees will live longer than all of us, and it can be passed on for many, many generations to come. That's my favorite aspect about bonsai, is being able to create living art and pass it on. Bringing a little bit of joy and happiness in a world that can be very dark. You know, maybe bonsai is what everybody needs to help bring peace to everybody. A little bonsai never hurt no bun.